sure there's a lot of information out there that you try to keep up with. I mean, could you narrow it down a little bit for me? I mean, if anybody was interested in learning more about expanding their coaching strategies as far as the mental training side of things go with their athletes or their team or even with themselves, I mean, what are some books or some resources that they might actually use?
Well, that's one thing that I've given away quite a bit. So I would say at that point they should contact me, and I would love to do some consulting with them, because there's too much information, and I have a book list of 30 books that it's kind of like what I'm working on is putting everything into more of a curriculum format that they can cross-reference things like that, but without having to go back and actually do the 1,000 hours of reading or so that it would take to get through all of that material. But I think what's going to happen, to be honest with you, is over the next 10 years there are going to be a lot of people like myself that start fulfilling these mental training positions. That's why Corey at UCLA has brought me in, is for that exactly, to create a mental training curriculum and really take mental training seriously. We take physical training very seriously. We take strength training very seriously, and it's becoming it's way past due that we're starting to give that type of emphasis to mental training. And so, I mean, I could name some books, but it really what it comes down to is just having a conversation, setting up one session with somebody like myself who really knows this stuff inside and out, and preferably has actually done it and isn't just teaching theories that they read in a book, but that's done it as an athlete, that gets it from the athlete perspective, but also understands it from a coaching aspect as well. But I mean, to give three books, I'd say Mindset by Carol Dweck, Playing Out of Your Mind. I can't remember what the author's name is. That one's directed at soccer, but it's got a lot of great techniques in there. And then probably I would say Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins is also a great one for understanding the personal psychology of different reasons why we do what we do, but also how to train yourself in a way that is really beneficial.
Well, Josh, I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day here to share some insights and some different questions there. I think you did a great job providing a lot of content. I've really enjoyed getting a chance to follow some of the information you share on Twitter and any other social media outlets, and I think your website's an also opportunity as well. I mean, if anybody any questions about what we discussed, or even maybe reaching out to you about finding out more about the books and that list that you just discussed, I mean, how do they go about actually getting in touch with you?
They can call my office, and the number is 240-CLUTCH-1. You can go to my website, www.traintobeclutch.com. They can reach out to me on Twitter at Joshua Medcalf, or send me an email, joshua@traintobeclutch.com. Yeah, I mean, Twitter, I'm pretty quick about responding to people, and I'm also pretty good at getting back to people on messages on the phone. So, yeah, I would love to hear from anyone, and I've got, a keynote that I gave at Pepperdine out on the internet, and I've got my Inspirational Stories album that's got a lot of the stories that I tell at workshops out on iTunes right now, called Train to Be Clutch, Stories That Inspire. My mental training apps are some of the first in the world. We created the first mental training app for soccer in the world, the first in the world for basketball. We've got national champions and pros all over the world using those too. We've got mental training for golf, and then we have a generic app for everyone called Refresh My Heart as well. So got a lot of resources out there and ways of, without you even having to necessarily contact me, of things that I put out there, and just like this. But for the individual questions and how can you really apply this stuff to your personal life, yeah, I would say reach out to me, and I do workshops all over the country. I'd love to come work with your program or your company, and but I also do phone meetings and Skype meetings with people all over the world.
I think that's awesome that you put yourself out there and give people an easy opportunity to learn more about themselves and how they can become a better positive influence to others. Again, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day. I look forward to keeping in touch. Hopefully this is a launching pad for us to do some stuff in the future. And I look forward to just keeping in touch, my man.
Yes, sir. I greatly appreciate you bringing me on here and value your time as well as the listeners, and I believe we've provided something of great value for them. So thank you for providing this for people. I think it's an incredible platform for them to learn and grow.